Hi, everybody. My name is Ruham Manzoor, and I'm the managing partner of MACES. Welcome to our Facebook page and our YouTube channel. Today, we are here to speak with one of our partners from Shorelight, representing UMass Boston today, Miss Julia Dudnick, who is the Associate Director of Program Sales and Marketing for Shorelight. Hi, Julia. How are you?
Hi, Roham. I'm very good. Thank you so much for having me today. How are you?
I'm good, and thank you so much for coming to our program and speaking to our students. We are really, I think the interest for US universities have recently gone up. We're seeing a lot of people are now interested in going to the US and studying in the US again, which has, I think, waned down a little bit in the last 4 years. What is your experience?
Yeah, exactly. It's been, great since November 2020, since the elections, so many things have changed, and we're so excited, to welcome in more students in the US. The recent news is that the travel ban has been lifted, America has reopened, so international students are absolutely welcome there. And it's actually, also since Biden administration, started in the United States, it's about more than 75% of international students responded positively and showed an increase in, interest in studying in the United States. So, and because I work with South Asia for a long time, so pretty much, during my career in international education for more than 8 years. So I worked closely with students from Bangladesh, Pakistan, India, and this year has been super busy for us. To be honest, we received many more applications for postgrad, undergraduate studies. It's also because some students postpone their studies, the start of their programs. So, but this year is fantastic again because US is pretty much the only study destination that is open for international students. And talking about the postgraduate opportunities, so OPT, which is optional practical training, is there for international students, and the extensions for STEM majors, science, technology, engineering, math, also there. So in as well as H-1B's visas, so there will be we anticipate to see a more and more increase in the visas for the qualifying international students, the professionals, young professionals from South Asia. So very excited times. And the thing is, again, that the many classes, and I think more and more universities, like University of Massachusetts Boston, is preparing to offer more classes in person rather than online. So the
It is
time.
crazy because US has done such a fantastic job with the vaccination. My family lives there, and all of them are vaccinated, second dose done. And people are going to the US from Bangladesh for vacation, which is ridiculous. Like that's the only place I think right now where people are openly going for vacations because everybody seems to be, whoever wants to can get the vaccination, so it's done. And so it has, like, a lot of activities have opened up. And Biden even said that if you have been vaccinated and you go to concerts and things, you don't have to wear or outdoor, you don't have to wear a mask or something like that, unless you're in a very crowded place.
Exactly, vaccine is accessible for students. If they're not able to take the vaccine at home before they travel, they can still travel and get vaccinated when they arrive. So the accessibility is, is fantastic, actually. And then that it will change things, for the better.
So
So
if you're in a country where you don't have the vaccine yet, come and study in UMass Boston and get yourself vaccinated.
right. Yeah, exactly. So we'll take care of you. And of course, again, the time is again now, and it's not too late to apply for the fall intake. And we can see again, more and more students applying from Bangladesh, because I was doing just a student session last week, and I think, straight away, straight after the session, I received a couple of, inquiries from the students. So, and then, it will be very exciting to see more students from Bangladesh coming to Boston.
Well, Bangladeshi students are really excited to know more about UMass Boston. So, Julia, do you want to show us a presentation before we take in questions? Perhaps you can share us a presentation, go through some of the major facts, and then we can see what questions arise from our students.
Yeah, but absolutely. I've prepared a couple of slides, like, quick updates, and depending on, which level of education students are interested in, then we can take the questions, because at the UMass Boston, we offer more than 60 undergraduate majors and lots of academic areas, and then 6 postgrad programs. So for those of you who are interested in computer science, business analytics, MBA, stay tuned. So stay with us and be ready with your questions. So let me share my screen and go through the couple of interesting updates, and look forward to seeing more of vacations, to seeing your students in Boston. Since I've been to Dhaka actually, like maybe 5 years back, so I look
Oh,
forward to visiting again. So
well, don't
yeah,
visit now, but
no,
hopefully we will be able to welcome you soon, very soon.
right. So yeah, I look forward to that as well. And yeah, it was an interesting experience and lovely people, so absolutely adorable. So okay, let me just share my screen, and then we shall start. We shall begin.
Yes. Yeah, I'm waiting for the prompt to come in once you share. Yep.
Yeah. Can you see my screen? Is
Yes.
the right one? Yeah.
S-
Okay.
Looks like it. Yes.
Yeah, fantastic. So you should see the UMass Boston logo, right? So that's actually, yeah, our campus, which is also located in a beautiful place. So I'll tell you one by one, right? So the agenda for today, just again briefly, because we want to hear from you. So feel free to post your questions, and anything that you wanted to know, don't be shy to ask. So we'll go quickly through the COVID update, and then UMass Boston by numbers, which means we talk about ranking and location, opportunities, companies, service, career services. Boston itself is again an incredible place to be as a student, to start your career. Career services opportunities, STEM majors, what it is, like what STEM means, important dates, because that's important not to miss the intake, and then we'll open it to Q&A. So the greatest thing again, they just want to emphasize it one more time, because I know Australia is very popular for students from Bangladesh, so which is a lovely country, but then again, the borders are shut, so it's not possible to travel to Australia this year. And actually, I every week I speak with students who study in Australia. They do their masters, pretty much the master students, and they want to transfer, or they want to start the program in the US, because US is open and Australia is closed, and they don't want to do the online semester, or they don't want to wait and delay their degree, because the earlier you start your program, masters or undergrad, then the earlier you finish, or finish it on time, and then you can start getting the experience, get some money, and get the return on the investment, so the money that your parents or you pay for your education. So again, the greatest thing is that actually, we're planning for most of courses, classes, and activities to safely return to campus this fall. So, spring intake, again, we welcomed international students on campus in Boston. We have students who arrived and started the program at the end of January. And so the classes were hybrid, like blended. Meaning that when you're in a student visa in the US, you must take at least one class in person during the week, right? But the rest of the classes were still offered online, so you could stay on campus, but again, lots of precautionary measures, and at least one class per week in person. So but then in the fall intake, again, there will be more and more activities. Campus will be reopened, more, facilities, places will be reopened on campus. Like, again, the dining halls and libraries, fitness centers, like jobs on campus more and more available, not like just remote, and career services, career fairs, not just online, but also like getting back to the new reality, new normal, but in person. Right, so, and that's the greatest thing about the United States. So it's the year where you should, apply and you should start and you should come to the U.S. Admission offers for fall 2021, which is August intake in the US, is the biggest intake in the United States. So it's still valid, still being issued. So the deadlines actually are in July. So we have just the one deadline, which is the application deadline, including the I-20 deadline, which is that is your invitation from the university. So that will be in July, but we just encourage you to apply as soon as you can if you are interested to come this year. So by June 1st, so that you can get an admission decision and then apply for the scholarships, because there are still opportunities available, but it's all within the admission process. So apply as soon as you can and then finalize your admission. I-20 are being processed as normal, and I-20, that is your main document that contains information about your program, financial, aspects of the program, duration of the program, location, university. So I-20 is the main document so that students receive, and then you apply for your visa with your I-20. And I-20 are being processed as normal, which means it's within the 5 business days, you can get your I-20. And once you've received your admission letter, submitted your financial document, like paid your deposit, everything, been sent to the university, your bank statement, and then I-20, they send to you by email. So your CVS number, your I-20 is a soft copy now, that is required. Previously, it was a hard copy sent by post. And we have a team of enrollment services advisors that will continue to support you during your visa application process. So, and again, it's like, the services that we provide to international students. And once you've confirmed your seat with us, then, we will take care of you having some mock visa interview preparation, so helping you with the I-20 documents, requirements, forms, and then booking your visa interviews as well. So helping you, guiding you till the day you arrive on campus, right? So you will be in good hands and get all the support that you require. Boston. So it's one of my favorite cities in the United States, and it's the capital of education. It's a fantastic place to live or to be there as a student, because there are so many universities in Boston, and famous universities like Harvard, MIT. But of course, today it's about UMass Boston, and we're actually very proud to say that we are the only public research university, and we are the third largest campus in the University of Massachusetts systems, which has 5 campuses. So we're tier 1 university, very focused on research. So that means that we offer different levels of program, from undergraduate, your bachelor degree, to your master's, and then even the PhD program. So it's a lovely neighborhood, unique cultural, 4 season weather, and it's like, it's the best college town in America, to be honest. So again, top 15 best cities in the United States in the job growth, if you look from the graduate employment perspective. So UMass Boston is also in top 100 best places in the United States. It's the home to 12 companies from the Fortune 500 list, the most successful companies. And as the university, we as a public university, we still kind of um, can give you and provide you the personalized access or personalized attention and access to the faculty, to the to your department. It's 16:1 student faculty ratio, and we are like not a huge university still, so which is an advantage, because your faculty, your teaching staff, professors are more accessible. So we have about 16,000 students on campus, undergrad and grad, and many international students from, like, again, many countries, about 10% international students, maybe even a bit higher, because it's has increased in the last couple of years. So a number 104 best public universities in the United States, among public universities in the US. In the national ranking, we're top 228, which is still tier one range, which means that it's good. It's a good school to apply, good school for for the visa success rate and your career outcome. So that's the campus. You can see the buildings here. So that's, well, the campus, the whole campus, all the classes, the university buildings, the stadium, some residents on campus will also provide. It's a very easy and quick access to Boston downtown. Again, easy for companies to come and visit the university. Just quickly have a guest lecture, or just have like a career workshop. And it's located among the beautiful Boston Harbor. And again, we are famous for the technology and innovation. Boston is one of the greatest tech sectors, the cities in the United States, and it's the place for the successful startups, technical companies, and again, more than 100 colleges and universities. So it's a best college town in the United States. UMass Boston has lots of companies visiting the university because it's an established brand. So, like UMass Boston, it's a brand on your degree, and we have more than up to 500 private companies that come to the and recruit on campus, like Amazon, like Google, the Cambridge campus. Cambridge is the area where we are. It's IBM, like research in institutions, Mitsubishi, Microsoft, and then also there are lots of partnership with other universities in the area where, again, as a student, you can maybe apply for the research project, some positions within your department, and work on the interdisciplinary, well, between the faculties, between the colleges, on inter colleges, or interdisciplinary projects between the different universities that have partnership with UMass Boston. So there could be opportunities that starts within your college, within your department, and also involves other institutions. If you're interested, for example, like our computer science students, they do some, they involved into the research projects with Dana-Farber Cancer Center, Harvard University Cancer Center. So it could be something like that, with a famous university from the area. So being a student at UMass Boston, private companies or other institutions, research projects with them. Projects, partnership, research, that's something that I've mentioned. So Dana-Farber, Harvard Cancer Center, the Venture Development Center. So again, it's lots of focus on research. And Boston's location in, it's a major U.S. city and provide connections to employers and many industries such as finance, healthcare, engineering, technology, services, education, and of course, that results into, unlimited opportunities with your internships, like with your case studies, with your project-based program. Like Ashish, he was a student from India, information technology. Maybe if you're interested, you can find his profile on the LinkedIn, try to connect with him, because he studied his master's program. And again, it could be you next time here. And of course, we have a newly opened campus building that was like a couple of years back. New residence halls, residential community will provide you like a new, absolutely new experience. So typically, it's a shared room, like it's a double room that you share. You have a roommate, but again, since COVID, we were like trying to provide students some options for the off-campus housing as well. So where you can book a single accommodation, then you have your private bathroom and then shared common areas. So, and of course, like when you live on campus or close to your campus, it's just accelerates your personal success, growth. Like it's an easy access, especially during the first year, and your academic success. And extracurricular activities, more than 100 clubs and organizations on campus. If you're interested in cricket or tennis, or you're interested in Formula One or in financial services, like like Wall Street, or some artificial intelligence, you can join those clubs, and it's very, very good because extracurricular means a lot. So you can benefit from that, like connections, or may impact your professional life, may help you with your professional development and even the job search. So it's free kayaking, sailing, jogging. You can enjoy like lots of things in Boston. And from the academic standpoint, so we have undergraduate degrees. Here it's with the College of Education and Human Development, College of Liberal Arts and Sciences, like, majors like, of course, history, communication, political science are available. College of Management, it's business intelligence, accounting, entrepreneurship, finance, like a BBA major. So where you can do the specialization in marketing or management information system or leadership. So very famous for nursing, exercise and health science program, and College of Science and Mathematics for biochemistry, biology, chemistry, computer science, computer engineering, engineering physics majors. So those, like, with more than 60 degrees to choose from. So UMass Boston is, of course, it's high-end institution that provides you with the skills to succeed on campus and beyond, to start your professional development. And if you are keen on STEM majors, science, technology, engineering, mathematics, so the STEM majors in the US give you the longer stay back once you finish your 4-year undergrad program or 2 years master's program. So uh, you can stay from 12 to 36 months. So with the STEM majors, you will have extension of 24 months in addition to the 12 months. So altogether, if you studied and graduated from the STEM program, you will have up to 36 months of 3 years stay back in the United States to do your practical experience. So, and for the undergrad students, we can offer STEM majors in majoring in biochemistry, biology, engineering programs, and science programs like environmental science and physics, for example. So the deadlines, like I said, we have the deadline July 25th for the undergrad and postgrad admission. So the move-in date is August 31st, and then the program start date is September 2nd. Again, it's a very, I think it's a very, very it gives you lots of flexibility. It's because some universities start their programs in the beginning of August or mid August, like 20 August 12th, August 14th. So UMass Boston, you can arrive, like, absolutely with no stress till September 2nd. So September 2nd is your program start date and is the latest arrival date. So apply as early as you can because it takes time to process that your admission offer, but then you can arrive till September 2nd. It will give you enough time to plan your finances, budget, apply for your visa, then get everything ready, attend our pre-arrival or pre-departure webinars, and then come to Boston. So estimated tuition fees for international students interested in undergraduate programs are $35,600 for one academic year, that is 2 semesters, right? So about the entry requirements, so the admission requirements, it's the American GPA out of 4. So we're looking at 2.5, which is roughly 50% and above. If it's out of 100, for example, you have a 2.7 College of Management program, 3.0 engineering, which is the equivalent of approximately 60% and above. So Ielts, TOEFL, we can accept even Duolingo exam here. Ielts, we need 6.0, just overall. Duolingo, 100. So we can accept transfer students as well if you are, finished 1 or 2 semesters in Bangladesh and you want to transfer, so you can apply as an international transfer student as well. That's very common in the United States. Right, so now, again, please make sure if you are an undergrad student, so leave your question and we will try to answer all of them at the end of the session. And for grad students, so for those of you who are now finishing your bachelor degree and you're interested in enhancing your career, like, or shift your career even, and doing your master's abroad in the US, it's a perfect study destination. Again, fast growing economy, and the programs that you can see here, 6 programs. We actually offer 5 programs with the College of Management, very popular business analytics. So it's a STEM program, 30 credits, about 10 classes, about like a 18-month program, including the summer semester as well as summer internship that you can take in Boston. And it's a big data analytics, so working with business applications. Finance program, also very popular for those of you who are interested in banking, finance, investment management, information technology, IT management, healthcare IT, cybersecurity, and MBA program that does not require work experience. So MBA program will give you a choice of 11 unique specializations. So about 12 months, 1 calendar year MBA. And computer science program. Of course, computer science has been always a popular field of study in the United States. So the good thing is, of course, that computer science occupations are projected to grow more than twice as fast as the average for all other occupations. So this program will prepare you for your career in the software development. So it's a 30 credits, around 3 semesters, STEM approved program with a specialization in artificial intelligence, cybersecurity, big data analytics, um, machine learning, and a couple of more. So the list of specializations is on the university website. We can share with you, and good salaries packages for students who graduated from UMass Boston and finished the computer science program. So it's above $100,000 a year. So, and top companies that recruit students in Boston like IBM, Amazon, TripAdvisor, Microsoft, and many more. And so about the academic requirements, if you are interested in big data, analytics, College of Management program in business analytics or information technology or MBA, we will be looking at your undergraduate degree, your bachelor degree, and we will need 3 out of 4 the GPA. So English proficiency tests, we can accept TOEFL, IELTS, ITEP, and all the exams that I mentioned here. So 6.5 overall on IELTS or 90 on TOEFL. GRE and GMAT has been waived off, so none of those graduate tests is required for the admission if you're looking for fall 2021 or even spring 2022. So it has been waived off. Computer science program, we also need GPA 3.0 out of 4, TOEFL 79 or IELTS 6.0. That's for the MS in computer science. And GRE is still required here, so that's the requirement by the department. So computer science faculty needs 155 in the quant. So that's the GRE still required for that program. And additionally, as a grad student, so always students asking me about the work experience, if it's required or if you can apply as a fresh graduate. So if you finish your bachelor degree program, the answer is yes, you can apply if as of just a fresh graduate. So you finish your bachelor in your home country, you're welcome to apply to the US and get that experience during your program on campus. Again, with the business analytics or information technology or MBA program, we can accept any background. If you're an engineering or BTech student, so you can apply. We need 2 letters of recommendations, could be professional, could be academic, statement of purpose, like a good SOP, and your resume. So what projects you've done, your extracurricular activities, your interests, academic, professional interests, that's important for the graduate admission. For undergraduate admission, it's not mandatory, but for grad students, it's required. And tuition fees. So for the fall 2021, you will be looking at cost, pretty much cost per credit at the UMass Boston. But to give you like an estimation, what you're going to be paying, right? So tuition cost for 12 credits. It's credit hours. That's the unit we use in the US. To for the grad studies and undergrad studies. So your program are 30 credits, and it's about 10 classes. So one class can be 3 credits, approximately 3 to 4 credit hours. So students pay usually like they take 9 to 12 credit hours in the first semester, and if you take 12 credit hours, you pay 18,530. So that's for 12 credit hours. That's like a actually flat amount that students will see on their statement of finance once they've confirmed the place with UMass Boston. So you'll get the statement of finance, and that's for the 12 credit hours per semester. So in your first semester, and computer science students same, so 18,530 for 12 credit hours in your first semester. And then some graduate college fees, which includes like technology fee, your transportation like a city pass, your library fee, Wi-Fi. Usually, in the US, graduate colleges charge those fees as well. So then, just briefly again, we have a very good videos like where you can hear from the students, and those videos I can share maybe later, so you can watch them on their YouTube. I think they're available, so where international students share their experience. But briefly, why UMass Boston is such a great school. So if you apply for the management or computer science program, we have very accessible faculty. Again, public university, but with this class sizes as a private institution in the US, where it's like an elite education, so personalized education. Very diverse student body, so you won't be the only or the first international students on campus. Award-winning centers like collaborative leadership, some professional platforms like for the finance students. It's a Bloomberg terminal. It's like it's like a software similar to the stock exchange and the Wall Street. So computer science student, fantastic like project that you can research projects within your department, so that you can actually start launching your career. Top employers that recruit students on campus, very attractive salaries after graduation, like computer science, again, $104,000 per annum, finance, business analytic, $108,000 per annum, and flexible schedules for you as a grad student, so you can take late afternoon, even evening classes. You can apply for the assistantship positions with the graduate department, so typically in the first semester, and then to start them in the second semester. So, and UMass Boston actually provides you the cost of education will be probably half of the price comparing to what you pay for a private university. So to get an education from a private university with a smaller class size. So UMass Boston is still a very accessible university, affordable university with great ROIs. So I'll pause here. That's it from my end. So that's, I hope that was something interesting, something maybe new, maybe not very new, but still you find it interesting. And then we'll open it to Q&A, I think.
Thank you so much, Julia. I mean, usually what happens is once we finish these sessions, you do a roundup, but I saw that you did a beautiful roundup. So there are quite a few questions. I'll go through them, one by one as I see fit. So, what are the IELTS requirements for one of your programs, like for undergraduate? I guess you've already covered that. If not IELTS, do you accept PTE, Duolingo? So I guess you've already answered that, but just as a summary.
Of course. No, it's a great question because I know again, there is maybe there is lots of confusion between the for the students, because there are so many universities in the US, right? And students again all usually tell me that, oh, I've heard that this is accepted, so this is waived off, right? So guys, actually, you need to check like with with the professionals, right? So first of all, about the university, for UMass Boston, we accept, if you are grad students, we accept Ielts, we accept TOEFL, we accept PTE, we accept ITEP exam, we accept, Pearson Versant. So, and if it's IELTS, 6.5 for the business programs like business analytics, should I think, yeah, that's you asked this question. So if it's a computer science program like 6.0 on IELTS, Duolingo, like UMass Boston is not a big fan of Duolingo. It's only in case you are not able to take IELTS or IELTS indicator from home. You can take that exam, so it's still more reliable for the university rather than the Duolingo. Duolingo they accept for the undergrad studies for bachelor degree, 100. That's what they require. For master's program, they usually require like tests like IELTS, TOEFL, PTE, and things like that. So
That's great. So basically, a wide variety of scores tests for Duolingo. It's for undergrad, but for masters, no. What is it like to live in Boston? Do international students find it convenient, cost effective to live? Not cost effective, but definitely convenient, I guess, in terms of finding the right accommodation. Yes.
yeah, definitely. And I'll just share with you the link for the accommodation, so you can like maybe take a look if you're interested in the housing option. It's not like the cheapest place to live in the US, but it's definitely fantastic, right? So you will definitely enjoy it and you feel comfortable. So again, depends on the area. It could be around maybe $1,000 a month that you pay for rent. But again, UMass Boston gives you a flexibility. You can stay on campus, you can stay off campus. And I'll share with you this web page, which is housing options at the University of Massachusetts Boston. So see the options that are available. Look at the apartments that you can rent. So you can meet the roommates as well. So, and it's actually good that to also attend those sessions, well, where you can meet other students. The students that apply from your country, right? So they attend those sessions and you can exchange the contacts. And usually with these universities like UMass, it's quite easy because it's a popular location. It's a, university has lots of international students. You won't be struggling to find a roommate, for example, and share the cost. And then of course depends on your, appetite, like, what you like to eat. So you enjoy like a good barbecue, so you can find that, of course. And you can maybe buy things and grocery shopping, and then you can cook at home. That's one thing. But if you prefer like eat outside, so go out, so that would be a different cost. So for the I-20 purposes, I think with UMass Boston we require about $55,000 on the bank statement. That's for the first year. Tuition fees, living expenses, health insurance, house and meal, and yeah, like personal expenses for your books and stuff.
So, Julia, this question always comes up, and if you're applying from Bangladesh or having any talks in Bangladesh, so I'll rephrase it. There were different questions, different way it was worded, but the tuition fee for undergrad is 36,500. For for postgrad, what I could make out was about $40,000 per year. But most of the programs are 1.5 years, I would say, like 30 credit courses or 36 credits. So for the computer science, I think it's 2 years, so that's almost $80,000. And for the master's programs, it's 30 credits, I guess.
So yeah, like exactly. You look at the master's level, you look at the number of credits that you need to complete, right? So, and it's a great question. Thank you so much, Rohan, because there are always questions about that, how I calculate the cost, right? So you need to look at the number of credits. So like UMass Boston computer science is 30 credits program, right? And then like I said, you pay per semester for the certain number of credits. Like as an international student, student, you need to take minimum 9 credit hours per semester, right? So that's for the full-time studies. So we suggest our students take like 12 credit hours. So and that's like you see the invoice for 12 credit hours, which is 18,530, right? And divided by 12, that's like a cost per credit. So it's about 1,500, like $40 multiple by 30, and you can calculate, you'll get the cost of your
It's about
program.
$45,000 for that program,
Yeah,
plus of course the
so
3 semesters of $2,000 with the or $900 for the fees. So
for the fee,
yeah,
correct.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
roughly I'll
Yeah.
say about maybe like $47,000, you like pay 48,000. But yeah,
But one
exactly.
thing
But
for my viewers is that if you're studying computer science, especially in a place like UMass Boston, in terms of return on investment, I think you're in a very strong position because first of all, once you graduate, there is a huge demand for STEM students, and as Julia said, the starting salary is about $102,000. So you can pretty much get your return on investment fairly quickly, and also as a STEM student, you get the 3 year STEM work permit, optional practical training. And so, you have 3 years to recuperate that. Also, I guess if you can find yourself a sponsor for H1, I mean, of course, we're getting into gray area there, but that's something. Do you have any scholarship opportunities, Julia?
we do actually, again, UMass Boston has a good scholarship opportunities for undergrad and postgrad. It's just the deadlines are, quite usually scholarship deadlines are earlier than the application deadlines. But for postgrad students, we still, can get up to like $4,000. These are like academic merit-based scholarships. So they need to apply through, this platform through you guys. So you submit an application, and once the admission letter has been received, you just apply for the scholarship, right? So, and that will decrease the cost, like it's actually a good amount comparing to other universities. Also, like at UMass Boston, I would say it's an average cost. Like, it's not like a top end, it's not like a very low cost, but in the middle. And given their outcome for your career and the place, which is a strategic place, so it's a very good deal. So $4,000 for master's program, so approximately like $1,000 per semester, which covers like some of the expenses, even the health insurance. So
So the other question was asked by our student Ryan Ridoy. Uh, so he's done 1 year at Trinity University in Leeds Trinity University. So he was studying LLB, which is like
yeah,
the law program in the UK.
yeah.
And he was asking if it's possible to transfer his credits. I know it depends on a lot of factors, but if you could like talk about generally like credit transfer and things.
Yeah, like usually exactly, like transfer applications, it's like individually, the university will look into that individually. So what we can do then, for example, you can apply, right? So you get your admission letter, and then we can do like the official credit transfer through the external partnership, like uh, WES or FIS. We have a couple of companies that do that for us. So, and if you are like really keen on joining the university to get the exact number of, or actually you can do it even yourself, before applying. So you can do this, you can apply for that evaluation services, which we typically don't require if you apply, from outside the US. But if you want to do then, if you want to know the exact number, that the university will transfer, so you should then, just to expedite the process, you can apply for the evaluation services yourself. It costs some money, about $250, I believe. Takes maybe, a couple of weeks. So, but they do the credit transfer, and they evaluate your degree, and then they provide you with the report, so an American GPA system. So, and once you apply to us, you already have that report. It actually saves time. So if you want to do that before applying, that's also fine, but you also can do that once you've applied to UMass Boston, and we can submit this for the official evaluation. So that's what we do.
Right. So Ryan, to answer your question, it depends on your grades and your courses and how they map. The thing about US universities is, because I am a credit transfer student, so I know a little bit about this subject. So, the way it works is, the US has 120 credits that you need for undergrad. And a lot of those credits, I think 48 or 60 of them, are electives. Some are optional electives, some are major electives, and things like that. So whatever you've done in the past, there will be some way to match them. Now, so one is the course has to match with some of the courses that they provide, and also your grades or percentage marks has to be equivalent. So if you can do a WES, WES, it's a
Evaluate.
service which allows you to evaluate your current program and then translate into a US equivalency, then that makes it easier. And once you submit it, it's quite straightforward. So, that's how you do it. I hope that answers your question. Ifrit Karim asked, what are the scholarship options? But I think you've already answered, Ifrit. Basically, there are right now, because it's for postgraduate, there is up to $4,000, but there are some other scholarships as well. But right now, for this year, it's probably not going to be available. You look at the ones for next year, because one is you can still apply and get into the university, but getting a scholarship at this point, it's pretty late. I mean, most of the scholarships have already been gone. So good luck with us next time, or you can get in touch with us. We will certainly be able to share with you some of the information, or keep you on the database for next year if that's something you're interested in. Omar asked, is it mandatory to live on campus?
It's it depends if you're undergrad or postgrad students, but actually with the UMass Boston, we give the flexibility, so students can live on campus or off campus. If you're postgrad students, typically off campus, because again you have more flexibility. You don't need to have a meal plan. You don't need to stay in the residence, so you can again share with your friends. Cook your food, your meal the way you like it. So like it's more like that you control your budget. And undergrad students, so with UMass Boston as well, so we give that flexibility. So because we have on campus residences, but there are not so many of them. So that's why I would say you can live off campus, which is nearby, and we provide some, recommended options where you can stay off campus and which still close proximity to your classrooms. So again, that's a great thing. That's a flexibility. Typically, American universities for undergrad require them to stay on campus for first year.
Thank you so much, Julia. That brings us to almost the end of today's session. We've got all the questions, and those of you who have listened, and if you're fasting, I know these are really
Right.
difficult times, and a lot of you will be tired. So thank you so much for listening in despite this. I think Julia covered it very nicely and comprehensively. And obviously, you can always go back to the presentation and see it again if there are parts where it talks about the costs and entry requirements and things. So Julia, thank you so much for spending some time with MACES in Bangladesh. Of course, neither of us are in Bangladesh. I'm sitting out here in Toronto. You're in Dubai. We're talking about a university in Boston to students that are based in Bangladesh. So, talk about true globalization, so to speak. But, thank you so much, everybody, for listening in. If you do want to apply, we have till end of June, I guess, to apply. But, please get it done quickly, because we have to get your visa sorted. I mean, at MACES, we don't have any fees for our services. And we help, take care of the entire application process. To apply, you need to send your documents. You can message us on Facebook, where you are right now. You can message us on YouTube. You can call us at 017-556-60012. You can email us at mail@macesbd.com. And also you can visit our website. So there are many ways to get in touch with us. And thank you so much for listening. Hope to see you again soon. With that, we will say goodbye for the day. Bye, Julia. Bye, everybody.
Goodbye. Thank you so much. Stay safe and happy Eid. I think that's the
Yeah.
holiday that is common to everyone. So for those who celebrate, so and happy to your families and stay safe. Take care and come to Boston.
Yes. See you in Boston.